everybody, and welcome to the wonderful world of football shirts, a football shirt podcast that is dedicated to all things football shirt. And it is important to say, and I say this every week, it is our safe space where we can share our opinions. And do you know what? It's more so relevant now because what was I listening to? I was listening to another podcast where someone was talking about how it's silly that grown men buy, like one of the pet peeves of football is seeing grown men buy football shirts and wear football shirts at games.
God.
They think that they should be banned from football games. And I just think to myself, you know what? Who are you to decide what we as men can and women can spend our money on? And if I like wearing football shirts, and I think I said this to you, Woody, look good, feel good. And if I think I look good, that's all that matters. And I feel $1 million.
Amen. Yeah, I honestly don't get this opinion. Like, if people are happy and people enjoy what they're doing, leave them alone. Do you know what I mean? You have to cast an opinion.
And I think,
what's the best thing about going to a game wearing a football shirt?
I love spotting football shirts at games. The crazier, like the madder ones, the better. But I think my opinion has changed massively from doing this pod because I loved football shirts, but I was never a fan of getting names on the back.
Yeah.
But since meeting on the pod different people and their different opinions, I'm like, yeah, great, get a name on the back. I'm really tempted to take my Wolves shirt back and get Strand Larson put on the back because he's incredible at the moment, you know?
Yeah, I've become dangerously obsessed with name sets and patches and just the intricate details. I think that's where collecting goes to a next level, is when you start to officially replicate the shirt. So, yeah, it's dangerous territory, Rich. Be careful.
How are you today, Woody?
I'm very well. I was just saying to you before we went on air that it's a lovely, warm, sticky mid-spring evening, which is a bit weird. And I'm wearing a 90s football shirt, which is very suffocating, shall we say.
Yeah, I went for the other option of the sleeveless basketball top representing Dennis Rodman.
Sensible, mate. Sensible. I mean, it's a mighty fine basketball top, may I say.
Thank you. We're not joined by Jake today. He has been accosted for some wedding prep.
He's filming Show Me the Bride.
I don't think I ever said it. Maybe I told you this, Helen. When me and my wife were getting married, we actually applied to be on Don't Tell the Bride.
Did you? That would have been great.
It was just a bit of fun, and because it would have been. Imagine if I did it now, I'd do like a football shirt themed wedding.
Yeah,
and
Molyneux.
And she would come at Molyneux, football shirt themed.
Steve
and we
Bull.
would have got a lacy undershirt with a football top on the top in white, like an England shirt or something. Oh, God, that'd be really good. Do I know anyone who's getting married that we should propose that as an idea? Do they still do Don't Tell the Bride? I don't know.
I don't think they do.
I don't think
do they,
do
Helen?
It on a main channel anymore. Maybe on an obscure. I don't think they make it anymore.
Can we bring it back?
What shame?
No, that's rubbish. Right. Yeah, Jake's not here, but we have got our resident fashionista, Helen. Say hello, Helen.
Hi.
What I like about Helen's viewpoints on the last episode was, and this anyway, and I think people do appreciate it, is just that kind of complete ground zero level that she's got.
We always need that on these opinions.
We do, because we get a bit lost in nostalgia of these shirts, don't we?
I also feel that you mentioned the safe space and all of that, and you look directly at me every time you say it when we've got an opinion. It's like, we've always got safe space and opinions. Woody.
It's okay, you're allowed to share it.
I can't help it.
I know that there's a few little kind of sentences I could trigger you with quite easily. And so when I do it, I say them and I go, waiting for you to little nibble. Right. As you listeners know, what we tend to do is allow ourselves a little 5-minute portion of actually talking about football. And I want to start, actually, because I watched some football this weekend. I actually kind of like sat down and I even watched that Soccer Saturday thing.
Me too.
Wow. And also, was it the Vanarama? Is it Vanarama still? League South, when it was all 5 teams could have been promoted.
I don't know how that finished, but that was like, I think there was 5 teams that could win the league, wasn't there? It was insane.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, it was really boring because they all won. So Truro City won the league, and then everyone else won as well. So it actually ended up quite boring. But like Luton Town were going on a splurge and winning games and putting Derby, and then like last minute Hull going into the relegation zone. Oof.
Yeah. Wrexham.
Yes.
Saturday night. It's been some. Do you know what? As well, I think me personally, and I'm sure you'll agree, Rich. I know Wolves are safe. Premier League status is confirmed, but it's been a rubbish season in the Premier League, right?
People have said that, yep. Yeah.
But in terms of like when you go down the leagues, there's always so much more to play for. There's so much more drama, and there's so much more like ecstasy when people like when you get a last minute winner or you're staying up. It matters more for some reason. And like where the season's finished so early in the Premier League, it's all a bit flat. So like I welcome the kind of like Truro Cities and Wrexhams now.
Yeah, you make a really good point. And I think that could be, some of that, I think, is because Champions League and Europa League spots don't get decided until the season's over. Like, there is that theory, isn't it? Like, where as down as far as 11th could get European football. But because that's after the season's finished, you don't really know. Whereas, like, even for Leyton Orient, who I'm a big fan of, like, they creeped into the playoffs, and now their last game of the season really matters against Huddersfield. They win that, they're in the playoffs. You know, it's celebrating 6th place, you know, isn't it? So
yeah. No, I've I very much enjoyed the weekend's football with all the last minute goals, staying up, going downs, promoted. So yeah, it was very entertaining.
Helen, you watch any football?
No, I didn't. But I think Elgin are in the playoffs this coming weekend. So something will have happened by the time this podcast comes out.
Woohoo. Go Elgin.
Scottish League's very random now, isn't it? Like playoffs and when they play each other. And because there's a playoff to get relegated now, isn't there, in Scottish Leagues?
You watched, Woody, the Arsenal versus PSG game last night and noticed something very interesting.
Yeah, so I'm very much like Jake is obviously the finer details of kits and things because he's an artiste. However, I watched PSG coming out of the tunnel yesterday before the Champions League anthems, and I saw a huge 90s oversized blue jacket on their players, and I thought, what on earth is that? Looked a little bit closer, and the only thing that I could see was the Qatar Airways like white writing underneath the badge. But again, paused it, looked a little bit closer, and I found the detail of this jacket to be incredible. And it's almost like it's a kind of vinyl embossed like wings on the sleeves, like the kit they wore. But obviously it's just a different shade of blue. And then the Paris badge is just above the Qatar Airways, again in the same shade of blue. So from a first glance, it looks incredibly dull. It just looks like a kind of mechanic's overall. But then when you delve a little bit deeper into the actual jacket, you think, wow, the detail is actually pretty spot on.
Yeah, so I didn't watch the game, I was working, but once you mentioned it, I've gone and had a look, and yeah, you're right. It looks so 90s, shell suit almost kind of material, quite shiny.
Yeah.
And the detail is beautiful. It's all stitched, not vinyl at all. So
is it stitched?
The PSG website is what I'm on right now. It's stitched, and it looks superb. I'll post the pictures on the group, and Helen will share them on the YouTube and the Spotify video. The only problem is, Woody, and I did say to you, would you like to hazard a guess on how much it costs?
So right, if the kit's about 80 to 120, I'm going to go 150 for the jacket.
So if you wanted the red PSG/Jordan warm-up jacket, which is the one where they warm up in, you're looking at 110. But for the PSG times Jordan Wings Anthem jacket navy, which is, I believe, the one you're talking about, you are looking at £650.
Are you serious?
Yep.
My word.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I'm just going to hold it up so you can see it. You got the jacket there. You can see it says PSG and a jacket. Blah, 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 blah. Your price today, £650. Who's buying that?
Well, not
Genuine
me.
question.
I mean,
Who's buying that?
Kim Kardashian, maybe. That's what I mean. I think they're just...
What's that other one? Chalamet. He'll wear it.
Yeah, they're just overpricing fans now. I mean, I've never seen that jacket before, so if it was a special one they made for yesterday, the semi-finals, final, whatever it turns out to be, because I didn't see them wearing it at Aston Villa. Correct me if I'm wrong, listeners, but what? Yeah, I mean, £650 for a jacket is just bonkers. I'd expect Luis Enrique to hand stitch mine myself for £650.
I think I don't mind the $650 as long as you call them fashion pieces. Like, you know, like Arsenal team up with Stella McCartney and other artists, and you just kind of like, you take it as read that I'm not going to be able to afford that. It's a fashion piece. You know, you're almost paying for the other name rather than PSG. But you can't really. I don't think you can justify it. Even if I bought it, it'd be the most expensive thing I own, other than my car, and I wouldn't want to wear it.
So I mean, there must be a reason behind its design, because like you said, Stella McCartney, etc., that design these illustrious pieces of fashion, there must be a reason behind this particular design that I need to delve in a little bit deeper. It was just one of those fleeting thoughts. I thought, mention this on the pod.
Well, I reckon if you could just have a look, because I've got to say, I may have a little bit of information. Not much, but a little. A modern take on Michael Jordan's iconic warm-up look. The 3D embroidered wings design on each sleeve brings show-stopping impact to Jordan Wings PSG. Made in Italy, premium nylon. Nah, that doesn't give me anything I need. I was hoping for, there's only 100 or something.
Yeah. Well, it probably is for 650.
And before we move off from that topic, after our kind of football shirt meetup a few weekends ago, I got added to a WhatsApp group, which is, I don't know if I'm allowed to say what it's called because it's all secret, but it's all about you guys, football fans, Spurs Shirt Fanatics, meeting up. And what you guys do is you post a load of vintage posts with links to shirts and say, like, oh, is this legit? Can I buy it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who it was, but somebody posted a template of a Drake Ramberg white Borussia Dortmund shirt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I looked at that picture, because the detail there is the sleeve, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? And does the PSG Wings shirt look almost identical to a Drake Ramberg Borussia Dortmund shirt? And I'd never noticed that before until the other day when I saw the post. Never put the two and two together.
I had that white shirt, with the black sleeves at one point. And, it's almost like they are very sort of like a soft edge to the actual markings on the shoulder that make it look like layers of a wing.
Yeah.
I mean, so, maybe. And that's another rip-off that, like we were discussing a couple of weeks ago, in terms of taking stuff from kits and just not being original. Maybe.
Yeah. What's that theory that there's only ever 7 different stories in films and they just keep on retelling it? Maybe there's only 4 different types of football shirts and we just keep on making the same one over and over again.
That would be horrendous.
I tell you what, we're going to come back to Vinted in a bit because I really want to talk about Vinted and something completely off tangent. But listeners may remember that last week we started our Euro 92 football kit tournament. And it got off to a cracking start. And by cracking start, I mean we followed the exact same pattern the actual tournament followed. But we didn't finish it. We only got to Group A. So now we've got Group B, and there are only 2 groups in this one. Woody, how did you feel about it last week?
I love the kits. I think it was a great tournament for kits in general. I thought it was quite a competitive kind of selection that we had. The Sweden kits were glorious. Obviously, I think the combos that you showed originally, with the fact that Sweden had white shorts with a blue Adidas stripe, just weirded me out a little bit. So I'm glad we looked into like the actual kits and made sure they did wear blue shorts when they did wear the kit. And again, I think like when you look at Denmark, it's probably, you also realise how random that kit was. I mean, now it's down in shirt folklore for how unique it is. But if you think about that coming out first time in 1992, you think, bloody hell, that is a bit of a weird shirt for Hummel to make, isn't it, really?
But let's talk about Euro 92. Woody, I'm going to test your knowledge here.
Oh,
Group B, can you remember who's in it?
France. No. CIS. Germany. Holland.
Yep. Yep.
And
I'll give you a wee clue. There we go.
Thank you.
Correct.
No, Italy. That's weird.
No, Italy.
Yeah.
It makes me almost want to look up the actual tournament and the actual qualifying as to why some teams weren't in there.
Yeah. Yeah, weird.
Now, here's the main quiz tester. Can you remember what CIS stands for? Go on, Helen. Go on.
Yeah, come on, Helen. Bail me out. I know it was something...
something of something, something. All right, I'm going to tell you, because I remember. It's the Commonwealth of Independent States.
Why did I think something was states was different? Commonwealth of Independent States. Okay, that was nowhere near what I thought it was.
They're pretty much Russia. And seeing as we've just spoken about them, shall we start by talking about CIS, the Commonwealth of Independent States?
Let's.
And they're like the dissolved Soviet Union and pretty much Russia, right? We're agreeing they are a version of Russia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Helen's done a good job of getting up here. So we're looking at... Do you know what I've got to say? And this was pretty much all of the teams, bar England, I want to say, and maybe Scotland coming up. There's a lot of repetitive features, isn't there, on these kits? Because France did it.
Yeah.
Denmark did it. CIS did it.
Yeah.
I say France, but like they've all kind of got the same template on the home and away and just swap the colours. So this one is a red home shirt with the white 3 stripes coming over the shoulder in that, as we've discovered, a sort of Adidas triangle. I believe there's the classic Adidas 3-stripe pinstriping going on in the shirt. CIS is written just below the Adidas and then above the number. And the away shirt is the same in white with red, both with white shorts and white socks with red Adidas 3-stripe hoops. I've got to say, in my personal opinion, it's quite dull, but a really nice template.
Yeah, I think they're quite unimaginative in terms of the kind of colourings of them. But again, I think we alluded to these guys were quite rushed into the tournament, weren't they? Because didn't they replace the team?
No, Denmark were the ones that replaced the team.
Oh, was it Denmark? Okay, I thought it was CIS. My apologies.
It's all right. But also, again, not knowing much about the history of CIS as a footballing nation, it does seem like, they were dissolved Soviet Union. Oh, here we go. They were representing the recently dissolved Soviet Union, whose national team had qualified for the tournament. So you are right there. The Soviet Union had qualified, but they dissolved and the CIS took their place.
Right, okay.
Yugoslavia were disqualified after the breakup of the country and the ensuing warfare. So Denmark got through because Yugoslavia were kicked out because of war, and CIS got in because they were Soviet Union that got split up. So you are right, maybe a rushed kit. I think if I was to kind of compare it to the France shirt, I don't know if I prefer... No. Start again. I do not prefer it to the France kit because the French one has the uniqueness of the tricolore thing. But I quite like it in a way. I just don't like how Americanized basic CIS is,
Yeah, to be honest, I don't like this one. I just don't think there's any kind of creativity in this at all. It is a pure template. It's like they've popped into a sports shop and just gone, we'll have 11 of those, please. And then someone's just then put CIS in print on it. There's just no thought around it. I mean, even the shorts and the socks are exactly the same, home and away, right?
Yeah, and I think that's the only team again that has done that. We've seen opposites. So with say France and Netherlands, no, not for Netherlands, but with France and with Denmark, we've seen like if it's the white shirt, it'd be red shorts, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, at least play around with the shorts. Do you know what I mean? Like, make the shorts red for the away kit or something.
Yeah. Helen, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, same as you guys. I think that it's nothing special compared to the things we looked at last week. I do like how 90s it is, though. I think if I saw someone wearing that, I would think it was, nowadays, I think it was quite cool.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'm actually going to just hint on a topic I had just mentioned, Vinted. I have seen, it's not a CIS, but it is a template of this exact shirt in red with some of the kind of like German Sunday League team name across the front. And it's currently on for £8. And I'm thinking about getting it.
Yeah, you could pick the lettering off easily, mate. You are so on Vinted now, aren't you? Now I've spoke to you about it.
That's your fault. It is your fault. And we will discuss this in a bit. Right, so let's move on to the next team. Who will be our next team? I think, Helen, you have Holland up? Or Netherlands, did you?
Yes.
Now we're talking.
Right. Woody, can you do us a favour? And for those that are listening, can you give us the description of this Netherlands kit?
A very typical Netherlands, bright orange shirt with a white collar, and it's Lotto, I believe, with the KNVB lion on the chest, with white shorts, orange socks with a slight white trim to the top. So kind of... very similar in terms of theme through the 90s for Holland up until, oh crikey, 98, I would probably say. They kept a very similar template with Lotto, didn't they? Because this is very similar to their kit they had in Euro 96. Obviously, it's just slight adjustments to the kit. But yeah, this is
Woody,
typical Holland.
Sorry to interrupt a second. Is this template, because I'm zooming in a bit, is this the same as a Fiorentina kit? Because it's like it's got like lines.
Yeah, it's like little zigzaggy lines. It's the
zigzaggy
sponsor Giacchierina, isn't it, with the dice on the front, I think.
Yes, that's the one, yeah. Sorry to interrupt there, mate.
No, that's okay. Yeah, you're right. It's exactly the same, but in orange it looks. I mean, I might be wrong, Fiorentina fans, but yeah, very similar template. I mean, it looks good, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the white one is again identical, right? But with the white one, flip of the colours.
Yeah. I mean, we're noticing a trend here, aren't we, with the home and away kits so far in this tournament, is that everything is just the reverse of the home, apart from England.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this one, Woody? Do you think this is a classic? Do you think this is a Netherlands shirt that goes down in history?
It's not a shirt that goes down in history, in my opinion. However, it is a classic. I just, again, associate it to the players that wore it, the simplicity of the kit. It is beautiful. The away kit's just as glorious. I like the Dutch kits, though, when they are simple. Just orange and white. Leave it alone. That's all you need. You don't need any fancy templates to it. Nice and straightforward for me.
I agree with you, because there was a certain period in the noughties when they went orange and black, didn't they? And there's something about the orange and white, because anyone who's going to be looking at our Insta or looking really close at the videos that we're doing, the trim that you're talking about on the collar and on the sleeve and the socks is actually red, white and blue, or kind of orangey white and blue, which is the flag of the Netherlands. So that shows up a lot better with the white trim. But when they've gone black, they've just gone full black collar. So they kind of take away that nationalness of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. They slowly started to fade black into their kit from France 98. And then obviously Euro 2000 was when they officially went orange, black, orange. So, yeah. Great kit. This one's great kit.
Yeah, I think so. Helen, what's your opinion on this one?
Yeah, it's great. I think that what a brand the Netherlands are. They just own orange. You don't even have to think about what you're looking at. You just know it, and it's such a part of their identity. I think it's like if Scotland just wore tartan shirts. Like you just, it feeds into the history. It feeds into the culture. It means so much, and this is classic.
And it's such a wonderful colour to be represented by, isn't it? Because, like England, synonymous of wearing white, right? But it's quite a plain colour. Manchester United, Liverpool, red. It's not exactly like a kind of really unique colour, but this is, isn't it? It's a bright orange colour that isn't necessarily a desirable colour, but it's so unique to the Netherlands. Yeah,
the footballing shirt world would collapse if Holland ever moved away from orange.
Yeah.
It's too big not to.
Agreed.
Is there a thing that carrots are only orange because someone in Holland decided that they were going to be?
I heard that. Yeah.
Sorry. Say that again.
So carrots used to be orange. They were all different colours.
Yeah.
But then someone in the Netherlands, the king, I guess, decided that they were only going to be orange and then bred out all the other colours, and now we only have orange carrots.
Right.
I think it goes back to the Prince of Orange, doesn't it?
I love
that
this
sounds right.
Potentially, right. I think.
All I'm going to say is, if we ever do another kind of stupid anniversary kit, I want to see a Netherlands kit that's going to be like, when was it? What year was it that it decided that you were going to wear what year it was decided that carrots will be orange? I want a Netherlands kit which is orange body with green on like the collar,
no.
just to kind of be the carrot kit.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not sorry about it either. But yeah, 2 thumbs up for the Netherlands kit. Let's move on to the next one. And next one, I think, will be Scotland. And as a resident Scottish person,
Yes.
I'd like Helen to maybe try and describe this one to us. Have I given her a really hard task?
Oh.
I think I have.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't recognise this away kit at all, but I do remember this home kit. I guess that we were, 6 during this tournament, so I can't remember it very much. But I have 2 older brothers, and they were certainly watching it on TV. And I think this was part of this Ally McCoist era of Tartan Army, where people got very engaged in Scotland with what was going on in football. It is a classic blue shirt with the rampant lion and an Umbro logo, but I can't see on this picture what this pattern is.
I've got the shirt.
Oh, hello.
But it's,
Can we?
I don't know if I've got it with me or not.
Okay.
It might be in storage. But
And then the away shirt is a wild sort of purple and red. Very cool, very 90s. This would be popular with young people now, I imagine.
Woody, I'm going to come to you before I ask Helen of her opinion of it.
sure.
Is this Scotland away shirt? Is this a template, or is this like really unique to Scotland? Because I know something like this exists, but not under the Umbro logo.
So it's very similar to Umbro patterns of their time in terms of that's the kind of style they adopted. But I think, if memory serves me correctly, that is probably unique to its design. I think Celtic had something similar
Yeah.
on one of their kits, like an away kit, but that I think is pretty unique, if I'm honest. I have got both of the Scottish ones. And that away shirt is unbelievable. And I completely forgot about these 2 being in the kit. So talk amongst yourself. I'll see if I can find you the shirt.
Okay. Yeah, if you do find them, then we'll make sure Helen, if you can drop the screen share, because I can't see Woody. But
Yeah.
actually do it now, because we'll see when he comes back. Helen, what do you think? What do you make of these 2 then?
Yeah, I think they're great. I think very of their era. I think if you didn't know anything and you were to guess the country and the time, I think you would say Scotland in the 90s.
Yeah. I quite like the fact that the badge is gold and the Umbro logo is gold. It kind of really sets off against the rest of the kit. There are certain Umbro elements that are on like the left leg that's replicated on the right shoulder only, which I quite like. And I think the pattern within the home shirt is just an S.
Oh,
there we go.
It is.
Right, so this is the home
Wowie.
shirt.
Yeah. And look at that
Right,
collar.
now-
Just the colour.
Yeah, it's incredible, this one. Because if you look on the sleeve as well, you've got like
That's
the
what I was
Umbro,
thinking.
kind of half Umbro going here. I mean, mine's a little bit faded, but the actual detail of the shirt. So first, if you look under the collar, you've got the print there.
SFA,
I think
yeah.
that's SFA. And then the actual detailing on the shirt itself look closely to the print. I mean, if you're comparing this to other kits
it
in the
says SFA.
tournament, yeah. So if you compare that to other kits in the tournament, the attention to detail on this one is probably leading it for me.
Well, you know what? It's funny you say that, because we haven't got to them yet, but it now puts all the other shirts pretty much into kind of insignificance when it comes to nationality. Other than Holland, who obviously adopt that bright orange colour, you think about the French shirt, yes, has the French flag in the tricolour on the sleeve, but every other team, it's just a colour and a colour. This is the first one we've seen, other than the England away shirt, that has adopted a certain kind of Scottishness about it. And I really like that. It took me a while to realise it said SFA.
No, me too. I do have. Let's have a look. See if it's.
And the away shirt. I mean, if I could find a version of that, Helen, I'd buy you that, and you can wear that all the time. You'd love it. Here we go then. Oh my word! Look at that.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
I mean, I'm probably going to say that is very unique. And I mean, it's on the back as well. I mean, look at that.
That's brilliant.
Do we know what it is?
It looks like clouds and thunderbolts, if I'm completely honest with you, mate. That's my interpretation of it. I mean, you kind of tell me, but the purple is almost like soft clouds, and then you can see the striking of thunder. I may be completely wrong.
No, I mean, unless we find an actual explanation.
But I mean, the detail on that kit is just sublime. Like, awful holding it. But there you go.
That looks lovely.
Do you know what?
Go on.
I think we've potentially got winners here.
Oh, he's making a big.
I'm just going to say it now.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just trying to.
I mean, the whole kit.
As a collective, you're right. I believe that's some of the strongest. I'm just trying to see if I can find out any kind of if they've got any description of it.
I can't find anything other than saying.
Just look at the badge as well.
Oh, I again apologise, and Helen, I will send you this so we can see it. But Woody, I don't know if you know the goalkeeper kit as well. Slightly bigger pattern in different colours. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. I can't recall seeing any kits like that.
We have discussed on the pod before many a time Umbro goalkeeper templates. I have never seen that as a goalkeeper shirt before.
Me neither.
I'd even go to al.shaw.shirts, who I know recently appeared on a 90s football podcast talking about shirts, and I think even he might struggle.
Yep, I agree.
Do you know what? That's really blown me out the water, that has, because I wasn't expecting to be enjoying Scotland as much. I love the fact that you got them and didn't realise.
I know, and I hope that doesn't come across as arrogant on the pod. I do know what shirts I've got, but I just completely forgot that they were a 92. So when I look at them, I kind of thought, oh, they are pretty lush.
Right, well, let's move on to the final team in Group B. And I think there's only one person I can ask to describe these shirts. It's the man wearing the away and looking over his shoulder at the home shirt.
Yeah.
Who have we got then?
Germany, 1992. Arguably the best home and away shirt in German's history. If I'm honest, I think 1994 just pips it for detail and the unique part of the kit, but colours, template, collar, everything about these two kits are just sensational. Now, if you look at the trim of the collar, it's completely different to CIS, to France, of anything of Sweden. They just seem to have done 10 times more of the effort and design. I mean, obviously, I know Adidas is German, so I'm sure they're slightly biased.
Yeah.
But if you look at the collar and everything else, it's even got the Mannschaft badge there, like the football logo.
Yeah, that is quite unique to German shirts, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this again is quite strange because, again, it's so typically German. And correct me, I don't know. Is this a template that we've seen other Adidas users use, or I can only think of it as a German shirt. The three stripes, which of its time are either coming over one shoulder or huge over all of the shoulder, whereas these ones are coming more on the bicep, aren't they? Coming across on the bicep.
Portugal had this template, which again is an absolute belter of a kit. But that was obviously the burgundy and then the yellow and green on the sleeve.
And I suppose we wouldn't have seen it that much because they didn't qualify for Euro 92. So
exactly, yeah.
Shirt almost.
I'm trying to think. I can't recall that many club. I don't know if any club teams used it. I am going to be wrong on that, but yeah. Again,
it's okay. I think we make mistakes. Adidas equipment. No one says we're going to be 100% true. Right.
Arsenal. 92, 93, JVC. So yes, they did. So you've got the Arsenal. So they had the print on the sleeve here. Obviously, all red JVC with the collar, and then obviously Norway as well.
Okay.
In 92 to 93. So yeah, this template was used, not heavily though, as what Adidas templates are, but I'd probably say Germany probably kick-started it.
And is it the Adidas 3-stripe pinstriping in the shirt, or is it something else?
Yeah, so it's...
There it is.
Yeah, can you see?
That looks so clean.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice conditioned shirt, this one, but I mean, in terms of the print is lovely, isn't it? But again, this is the first introduction to Adidas equipment as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And the green that they use and have subsequently used is a beautiful green as well. Like a foresty green. Yeah. Is that what you call it?
Yeah. Some could say it's Bavarian forest. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. But yeah, again, the detail with just like the cuffed sleeve, and again, the colours, because I think the German flag colours go so well with this green as well. Like, it really pops in terms of like a flame. Do you know what I mean?
Which is why
and again, it's got the same stripes.
Yeah. Slightly off topic, but off tangent, but not relative. When we had Harry on the pod, and he had the Italian 90 kit, he said how many different versions of this Germany shirt were available. Is this the same with this one? Can you buy different versions made in different countries that have like stitched on stripes, or is this the one? Do you know?
I think, to my knowledge, I think this is the one. I don't see many versions of this one, to be honest, in my experience. Yeah. And again, these are just completely within the shirt design.
Yeah. Just means that you, with the thing, this is, people might hate me for this, but the thing I don't like about the Italian 91 is because of that pattern is how low down the badge is. On some of the kits, it's like down here, I'm like, that's not where a football badge should be.
The away shirt is probably their best away shirt that they've had, because of how like the patterns on the green were glorious. But yeah, the home shirt for me in Italian 90s, it is a lovely shirt, but yeah, you're right, it just seems a bit misplaced at times.
Helen, what do you make of this kit combo?
Yeah, I really like it. I think that the colours are so bold, but really pleasant. Really nice choices of the red and the gold and the black and the green. I think this is a strong contender for the winner for me.
I absolutely adore the green, and if there was a shirt that I would go back in time and buy, it would be the Bavarian Forest Green. And I don't care what version, sell me the 94, 92. But because I think before this one in Italian 90, it was a more of a basic green, wasn't it? It was just a more of a plain green in a very plain Adidas template. And then more recently, they've gone very plain green as well. I would... I would love to see them return to this, and I'm gonna let you coin the Bavarian Forest Green. I like that as a colour name. I want that to go back to that.
I've got the bench jacket of this range as well, so it's like the long black jacket with 3 on the sleeve. And Adidas have since re-released that kind of track jacket, haven't they, with the shorts, because they did it for last summer's Euro tournament. So I think the Adidas equipment range, again, was another pioneering template to kind of bring Germany back to the forefront of kind of international greatness again, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and to kind of like follow off, they wore that green shirt with white shorts and green socks, and the white shirt with black and white. So actually, they kind of did go against the grain by not going, but they didn't flip the colours anyway, did they? So that I quite like that.
Yeah, I think white shorts with this shirt, though, is a bit weird. I don't know why. They've done it with all of their kits, I know, but this seems to be a too dark a colour. And there's also too much black on this kit to not have black shorts, in my opinion.
No, that's fair. That's funny, that, because I guess you don't see it from far away, but when you're up close with it, you're right.
Yeah.
Right. It's time. I did actually ask Jake to send over what he thought, if he had any thoughts on the kits, but I have a feeling that he might agree with us anyway. But we have to send 2 teams to the semi-final and send 2 teams packing, sending them home. Where was the Euro 92 held? Where was it held?
Sweden.
Sweden, yeah.
Okay, so we'll send them home. Not like Sweden, who just were home. We sent them home. Right, Helen, I'm going to start with you. You got to pick 2 teams to go through in first
Scotland.
and second place. Oh, don't even need to say.
Scotland and Germany.
Are you placing Scotland first, Germany second?
Yes.
Okay, can you make sure you note that down? So I haven't got a pen. Woody, what about you?
Yeah. It's going to go, Scotland first, Germany second. Yeah.
Okay. See, it's because you've got the 2 there, and you've got the 4 that you've picked, or both of you picked. But I still love the Holland. I really like the away white and orange. I think that appeals to me a lot.
Yeah.
But it's the slightly added details on the Germany shirt. Let's say, for example, compared to the CIS shirt, which was just white and red. I know that we associate Sweden with yellow, but it was just yellow and blue. There was nothing Swedish about it, right? The French one, slightly different in the fact they had the French flag on it. But yeah, the German badge, the slight detail of you used to call it the Mannschaft badge on the collar.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it's going to be a clean sweep. The Scotland go through as group leaders because of that wonderful Scottish detailing, that mad as fuck away shirt and the gold kit, and then following it up with this Germany kit. Do you know what the Germany goalkeeper shirt looked like? So
I've got that as well.
I was going to say, for those, we'll obviously put a picture, but to kind of describe it, if people are aware of the Adidas re-releases of goalkeeper jerseys, this is the one. Am I wrong in thinking this was the one that they put the Argentina logo on?
I think so.
Purple, black, and white.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
I think so. Yeah, but that's.
I'm going down.
I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there we go. Yes, that's exactly.
But yeah, I mean, that's incredibly busy. But, Rich, this is a prime example, mate, of buying a template and then I added the Germany badge.
Wow.
Oh.
So it does work. And Chris at Cutting Edge did this for me. But yeah, the detail on that is... Well, it's mental, this shirt, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow.
It's what's that pattern you get when you? Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Like an Escher drawing.
So cool, isn't it?
Perspective, depending on which part of it you look at, is incredible.
Yeah.
That optical illusion on the in the middle there.
And this is what I mean, though. Like, they're works of art, aren't they? Some of these. Beautiful.
I'm just going to check something really quickly because I just want to see what Sweden's goalkeeper kit was like in '92 as well. Not that it's going to affect my decision at all, but they haven't given it to me, so it doesn't matter. Okay,
It's done.
So yeah, it's done. It's Scotland go through as group winners after beating all the other teams, and Germany come a very good second. Not that it matters, but third and fourth, Holland, then CIS.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Right, so there we go. Going to be Scotland versus Denmark or Sweden, and Germany versus Denmark or Sweden.
Yeah, we can confirm.
We can confirm that will be the matchup. And as you listeners may remember, what will happen is these teams will pair off against each other, and if an away kit is needed, then the team will wear their away kit or their home kit dependent, and that's how we're going to judge it. We don't make the rules. Well, actually, we do make the rules, but we made them and we're sticking to them. But we're not going to do that this week. We're going to do that when Jake's here because it's not fair to finish the tournament without him. Helen,
and also the fact that he says, like, there are no rules every time we have a competition. So we need Jake to come in and say, there are no rules.
We're nearly at podcast finishing time. But I did want to kind of circle back to Vinted, which you have got me. It's so much fun just to kind
Isn't
of... Yeah. Helen, do you do any shopping on Vinted, or have you sold anything?
Yeah, if you're looking at football shirts and you know what you're looking at and someone has just cleared out their wardrobe or their husband's wardrobe or something.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
Woody introduced me to Vinted a couple of months ago because I messaged saying, well, first of all, I don't own any Euro 2000 shirts, and I just asked Woody if he had one that I could borrow to wear to Shirts v Boots. Let's talk about that in a second, because I got tagged in a recent post. But he was like, oh, go on Vinted, and found me some T-shirts, some official Euro 2000 T-shirts, which I have somewhere, but it's not important right now.
And we couldn't let Cinderella go to the ball without a dress. You know, like, you've got to have Euro 2000. So this was perfect for it, wasn't it?
And do you know what? Woody said it, and he's right. I'm going to look completely unique because everyone else is going to be wearing Holland shirts and England shirts. And there I am in 25-year-old T-shirts with official Euro 2000 logos on them.
Look at that.
So I've got, well, the thing is, this is it. So I've got one for the first day, one for the second day. God, it looks like I've got Arsenal versus Everton here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it?
I need one for the third day. And so I guess what I'm going to say to you guys is I've got a few that I've favorited. They're all under 10 quid at the moment. And so what you do with Vinted, if you don't know already, is you can either pay the price they're asking or you can put an offer in, a couple of quid less. I like to keep a nice rounded number, so I add up the postage as well and like try and... Anyway, I found an England training top from Euro 2000. I'll obviously send a proper picture, but there it is. Woody, you'll recognise that as being kind of Manchester United template in like white and blue.
Yeah, that's
quite
amazing.
Like that one. But cheaper and more templatey, it's actually an FC Groningen version in white and green.
Very nice. Very
which I
nice.
quite like, because it's a bit more unique. Yeah, those are the two options I've got there. I've also got other ones like just generic, like Naughty's Umbro training tops.
Yeah, that's lush. I mean, that's 90s. That do you know what? There's so many T-shirts on there with the logos of the mascots and stuff like that. You need to get like a real garish graphic top from there with like Carlsberg or Heineken printed across it as well.
I tried to get a Carlsberg one, but the guy cancelled it on me. Gutted.
Damn him. Damn.
Oh, yeah.
See, that is another thing you have to put up with Vinted.
Yeah,
some
because
sellers
so often they
are
put
dodge.
them on Depop and eBay as well, and they've actually sold it and you don't know.
Yeah.
So on the theme of Chris from Cutting Edge Shirts and CIS, this is what popped up, which is the CIS template. And it's down as satisfactory because the Adidas equipment has peeled off. And it has a really weird name on the back and number. But if people like Chris from Cutting Edge can easily reapply an Adidas equipment logo, I think that's a winner, isn't it?
How good are you with Tipex?
My Tipex skills.
That definitely, though, if the number on the back, like, that's pretty much gone already. You could so easily try and scrub that off. Yeah, that can go. I think you could be on the verge of a CIS classic here, Rich.
Yeah. And do you know what? £8.
£8. Come on.
I should just do it now, shouldn't I? There you go.
Buy it live on air.
So,
do it.
Yeah. So I tell you what, guys, listeners, if you see something that is brilliantly Naughty's football and is garish and awful, send us the link and I will purchase it and I will wear it on my third day of Shirts v Boots. So I've got 2 Euro 2000 shirts and a third one I'm going to leave up to you guys, but I'm definitely going to buy that 92 template. Yeah, and this week, Shirts v Boots started releasing squads and stickers. Thanks to, you say Jonesy made them, right?
Jonesy, I tell you, is an absolute whiz at editing and making graphics and stuff like that. So yeah, he's done the sticker album for you guys for Shirts versus Boots, I believe.
Oh, cool!
Have you not seen it yet, Helen?
I didn't know there was a sticker album. That's very cute.
Well, Rich is the first sticker, aren't you, mate?
Well, this is it. I was the first sticker. But I have to say, I don't know who made the blurb and the bit behind it. It's like when you turn it over, it's got a bit of what does it say? It's like Richard enjoys lukewarm tomato soup.
Did you put that?
No. And like he likes nothing more than listening to thrash metal. And my favourite song is a song by Something in the Moment by Fight Star. I'm like, I don't even know who that is.
It's Fight Star, not the band of that guy.
Charlie.
Busted.
Busted.
Yeah.
I've listened to the song since. It's all right.
Okay, right. Now that is the best sticker of all time. Now I know those facts are false. I generally thought you wrote that in saying you loved lukewarm soup.
So does everyone have these just made up facts about them?
Well, we don't know because I'm the only one so far. So, yeah. Richard, here we go. It says, name, Richard Critchlow, position goalkeeper, loves Wolverhampton Wanderers and lukewarm tomato soup from the tin. How am I making it lukewarm? Am I cooking it, then putting it back in the tin and letting it cool? Or am I kind of like heating the tin from the bottom with a lighter?
A big old bear hug.
Mate, at the moment, at this temperature, my body is a flipping furnace. I just put it under my arm and it will come out. And what did it say on the thing? Yeah, I like nothing more than relaxing to some thrash metal, I think it said, which again, not really me, but all I'm hoping, and I mean this in the politest way possible, all I'm hoping is that everybody else has the same attention, and hopefully Gen AI automated. Nothing more than relaxing at home to thrash metal and strobe lighting. So yeah, there we go.
Good.
But that's good fun. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be really good fun. Kit's getting all made, and that's exciting as well. Woody's already said that he's writing a piece in the program for it, which is phenomenal. Yep. And we've got the Essex Retro Football Fair, which is fast approaching. Just under 2 months until it. I know that seems like a long way away, but time just quickly comes upon us. Andy is really looking forward to it. So am I. That's it. That's the end of the episode. Unless, Woody, you've got something else you want to throw out?
No, not at all. I think we should be doing a bit of promo for the Corinthians fair coming up because, it is vastly approaching, and we've seen some of the 95-96 Corinthians players being painted by Andy, haven't we?
We really have. He's been posting and tagging us, and we'll share it. And I'll make sure we have a little picture here as well.
Yeah.
If you remember a few months ago, Andy came to us and said, I've got 12. I need them painting. Can you guys on the pod decide what away kits we're going to paint? Yeah. And he's done 4 or 5 of them, done another lot set. I have to point out that it isn't just the Corinthians show, but it is the anniversary of it. Is the Essex Retro Football Show. So there will be a lot more there because I think the guy who runs it is really into his stickers and cards. So Woody, all I'm going to say is just just maybe give me your wallet. And or give me how much money you want to spend, and then you come to me and say, Rich, I really want to buy this. Can I go? Okay, Woody, don't spend it all at once.
Yeah. You've got to buy lunch as well, Woody. Be careful.
But Andy's producing some cards right now, and it's going to be really exciting. I think he's... that's it, really. It's going to be really exciting, a really exciting time for us. And finally, I want to pass on some really good news. Mark Stern has just done his 3rd kind of like round of chemo, and the doctors have said that his cancer has shrunk magnificently. So, shrunk by 50% in some areas.
That's incredible.
Invisible in the kind of like lymphs where he's had it. So that's really good news. And any money we raise, obviously going to cancer charity in Germany. So that's going to be brilliant.
Incredible news.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Woody, if anyone wants to find you on the socials, where can they find you?
So you can find me on Instagram on WoodyW1988 and also on That 90s Premier League podcast. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And how's that going?
Very well. Yeah, we've just added an extra time added on session, which is purely about individual memories of your club in the 90s. So we are looking for people to come on and talk for about half an hour about your club. We've got categories that you can talk about, but it's an extra bonus session for those that just want to talk about their team rather than the Premier League in the 90s.
Okay. Well, I have to tell you that the Steve Bull Wolverhampton Wanderers story is one to behold.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that sounds really exciting. I'm so pleased it's going well for you. I listen and I know you talk with such passion and like amazement and awe, and it's really inspiring, and
thank you.
It just makes me keep on going, and so I'm really pleased for you. Just please don't leave us.
No, not at all. I love doing this podcast. Be silly.
Helen, if people want your services to help them with editing and producing, and again, please don't leave us for somebody else who can pay you more money, but where can they find you?
You can find me at crabsalum.com.
And on crabslam.com, do you have a link to the podcast or some of the wonderful work you do?
I have links to a lot of my work, yes. All different kinds of work that myself and my husband do. And I'm going to add a link to the podcast. Definitely.
Yeah.
Woo!
I have to say that some of Helen's husband's work, Reese's work, that I have experienced over time has been phenomenal. We used to do a, what's that called when you pick a name out of the hat? Sweepstake. Reese's sweepstake videos for World Cups and Euros were some of the best videos I've ever seen.
Yeah, they were legendary. And he kind of stopped doing them because they took so much. But I think they'll come back.
Let's hope so. Maybe we should do one for the women. Is it too soon to do one for the Women's Euros? Or the Club World Cup? Can we try and get some interest in the Club World Cup? No one's interested in whatsoever. Right, and yes, we are the Wonderful World of Football shirts on YouTube, Spotify, at Shirts Pod if you want to find us on Instagram. DMs are always open if anyone wants to get in contact with us. If you want to come on the show, if you just want to talk about football shirts, or something has piqued your interest that's slightly noteworthy, or if you've even seen something in real life that looks like a football shirt. I haven't seen one this week, but if I do, and if you do, take a picture of it, send it in. We'll love to discuss it because I find them so fascinating. I see it all the time, but not this week. Yes, thank you very much for listening, guys. Woody, it is my pleasure to give you the pleasure to say goodbye.
Thank you very much for listening, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.